Boosting your dog's confidence increases the quality of life. And if that isn't reason enough to do that, it also boosts our relationship with our dogs. But for the exercises we talk about today, your dog already needs to trust you a little bit. So they are advanced exercises. If you're not there yet, definitely try the last one. I always recommend the last one to every single one of my clients because it's an absolute game changer for every single dog, even the most shy ones. But let's start with something that actually shows you how much your dog trusts you. So for the first exercise group, we use you as an obstacle for your dog to conquer, right? So you can do either slalom or parking or a heel position or even let your dog walk over your legs. So you can do that with gathering treats around your legs. You can do that with letting your dog explore and just do it in his or her own pace. Always keep in mind that we do not want pressure with these because fear does not do well under pressure. And do not lure your dog into a position your dog feels uncertain of. So if you want to do like a slalom or heel position, always watch your dog. If you see your dog hesitate or look a little timid, do not use lures. Use a hand target instead. You can also do that with parking. These are positions where your dog is very close to you and might even touch you. You can make it easier or harder depending on how far you spread your legs, right? And really make it dependent on your dog. Make it as easy and as fun as you can so that your dog actually enjoys the exercise. The next one is searching treats in difficult environments. Now, searching treats is not a challenge necessarily, and it might not be hard for your dog to find a treat on like your living room floor. But if you make the surface challenging, so maybe you let your dog search in water, or that's a physically challenging surface, right? Or you take your dog somewhere where there are people and your dog's not 100% sure about people and you let your dog search there. Always keep in mind that your dog is still comfortable, right? So these exercises are supposed to be fun. That way your dog can overcome challenges and that again boosts the confidence even more. And with the success of the search, you have 2 boosters in one. So this is awesome. Same goes for the next one, mantrailing. Mantrailing is your dog finding a person. So your dog specifically looking for one specific person using the scent of that person. So you give your dog something to sniff first, and then you let your dog follow the trail of that person until you reach the person. What that does is it connects a person's smell with something positive. So your dog learns to connect humans with a positive outcome, and that's awesome, right? It helps your dog overcome fear of humans, and you do not have to let the person reward your dog. Reward your dog yourself, and your dog can pick the distance to approach the human depending on how comfortable he feels with that person. Now, these 2 were nose-related exercises, and so is the last one. And this is the most effective thing when it comes to tiring out your dog, making your dog happy, boosting the confidence, and so on. And that's scent work. So we're teaching the dog to find a specific scent. Actually, not that different from mantrailing, right? But now we're not picking a human scent, we're picking whatever you want. You can be so creative with this. You can pick tea bags, you can use spices, you can use oils, you can use different sorts of mineral water, you can use toys, different varieties of toys, you can use other objects, you can use anything you want. Our dogs are so awesome with their noses, so you can actually pick anything. And if you can thin the scent you pick, so an oil or a tea bag, water or whatever, you can make it harder in the long run. But for starters, or I like to start with boxes for shy dogs, because boxes are something that's visual and that gives the dog a very distinct scenery, a very distinct setup. So your dog immediately knows as soon as he sees the boxes, oh, this game is starting. Of course, we need to do a few tries first, but as soon as the dog has connected that, we can counteract fear with it. Not panic, of course, but a little bit of fear. So we start with a treat in one box. And I like to mark the box so that I know which box I chose and so that the scents don't get mixed up that much. So I put a treat in the box and I let the dog explore at his or her own pace. Again, this is not a race. This is just something we do to enjoy our time together, right? So let your dog do whatever your dog wants to do. If your dog wants to rip the boxes, let him rip the boxes. All right? If your dog knows what you want, you can start moving the boxes around. You can, after that, start with adding one specific odor in a specific box and add a treat to that, so that your dog can actually first find the treat, but your dog will also notice the odor next to the treat. So after a few tries, you can leave out the treat and just add the odor and see if your dog realizes what you want. So this is a trial and error thing. Your dog will hesitate a moment, and you can pick that moment and reward your dog with the treat. Give your dog the treat at the odor so that you make the connection again. And if that works well, you can take your boxes to different environments and make it harder as you go along. So this is something that takes a little bit of prep, but it's absolutely worth the effort. You can do it anywhere you want. So you're not dependent on good weather or whatever. You can do it indoor, you can do it wherever your dog feels comfortable in the beginning, and you can make it harder as you go along. And if you want to see how search games helped Kalumi, my little dog, overcome her trauma of cars and helped her get into the car again, watch this video.